Guys, so for the first time, I'm actually staying in a premiere in business kind of room, which is a little bit extra, but I thought I might as well. It's not a huge expense. Well, I suppose it depends where you're staying. I'm unfortunately staying in Manchester. It will be mentioned in the other vlog as to why it basically train strikes, but Manchester is expensive anyway, and smack bang in the city centre. Like Trafford isn't too bad, but it's still expensive. But this was like so expensive. But this came to just under £300, not including the early check-in, because I decided to check in early. So first off, this actually feels a lot like cozy and stuff. Um, you've got this kind of like seat here, and you've got, it looks like a bigger TV. It might even be an LCD TV. And then here you've got a bigger desk than you normally would have. Also, you get a swivel chair, like a desk chair. And then you also get some I can't even say the word. Basically, you get free chocolate. You also, which was I was wondering if you do get a kettle, but you get a kettle as well as an espresso machine or a Nespresso or a coffee machine, whatever, with the pods in here, milk, everything. You also get this cool chair over here, which sometimes you get a chair in them, sometimes you don't, it kind of depends. It's got like a footstool next to it. You also have another desk here that moves, I assume, or maybe it doesn't. No, it doesn't, but it's a longer one than a square one, because normally you'll have another square one here. You also get this cool painting, which is pretty cool. It tells you who it's by. I mean, I say it's pretty cool. I've got a feeling this was more than 20 quid, but it's kind of one of those modern art stuff. I like the colours of it, but I've got a feeling that was, I mean, it isn't expensive. Is it a painting? It actually feels like a print, to be fair, but then again, you wouldn't want to put a real painting in a hotel, to be fair, unless you're staying at the Hilton or something. You also get an ironing board and an iron, which is pretty cool. And then you get your normal hairdryer, which you normally get in. When it comes to the shower, oh, okay, so it looks like your normal average shower. You get, instead of the normal regular like shower gel, I usually bring my own shower gel anyway, but you've got some Babyliss Harding hand wash and body wash and everything. So, because usually it's just a generic thing in a pot. Also, they explain that the shower head is kind of like, it's supposed to run differently. It's supposed to be like more gentle. It's like fancy light coming out of the bathroom. And you've got a stool as well. Usually there's not a stool, so you can sit down and do your hair and yeah, dry hair and stuff. Apparently, yeah, the pillows are in here. So you get an option of soft and hard, or firm, should I say. These ones are the firmer ones. I'm going to assume the ones upstairs, the ones in here are the softer ones. Either way, you could probably ask a reception anyway, if you were staying in a normal hotel. But yeah, oh yeah, you ready, guys? So, there's a chiller in here, and they give you free water. Obviously, it's not one where, you know, like expensive hotels where there's loads of shit in there and then you kind of, you know, you pay it and stuff. But they just chuck in natural water. It's handy as well if you want to buy kind of like sandwiches and stuff, and if you want to keep your drinks cold, you can just pop it in here, because not everyone wants to drink the tap water. I don't mind, but yeah. The thing as well, if you've ever seen a Premiere in before, you know they've got two types of Wi-Fi. So they've got the free Wi-Fi, which every guest can use, and then they've got the ultimate Wi-Fi, which you usually have to pay. But if you stay at a business room, they actually give it to you for free. So there's that bonus as well. The thing I wanted to mention as well, because I'll probably forget to mention it as a wrap up of this what's it, this video, but the customer service is actually really good because I don't know if she did because I was in a room on my own, but she was like, I'll try and find somewhere like quieter and stuff. So I mean, I give her props to that actually. I know I've seen this one before and the customer service usually is pretty good. But yeah, it's just, you know, that person went out of the way, even though I didn't necessarily ask for a quiet room, but I think it was more, you know, but I'm glad I actually got a quiet room. Anyway, so I'm going to head out adventure and stuff, and in this video will be a clip in the morning of how I slept. This is always dependent on, basically it's just dependent on how I sleep. Sometimes I sleep really well, sometimes I don't, and a factor of me not sleeping very well is if I'm not in my own bed, so that should be an interesting one. Well, this coffee machine is very noisy, and it's early in the morning. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning. I hope this doesn't wake anybody up. So overall, I did have an alright sleep. I did wake up at 7 o'clock, but that's usually the time I sometimes wake up at home anyway. It's because I'm used to getting up really early to go to gym before work, so I tend to find it hard to have a line. For me to have a line, I would have to have 2 days in a row off work or not getting up early before like I stop waking up at 7 o'clock. So that's nothing new. The bed was quite comfy. It was quite quiet as well. So she did put me in a place that was quite quiet. Funny enough, there's an artist that's got a stall in Comic Con. And I assume it's going to be this one he's staying, but apparently someone knocked on his door at like 3:45 in the morning, which is pretty kind of like, you know, they all want to wake up that early to loud noise. But yeah, so it's definitely cozy. I want to save the pillows and memory foam. They feel like memory foam. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, as I said, I had an alright sleep. It wasn't too hot either, and it wasn't too cold. Before I did go to sleep, I did put the aircon on for a little bit, and then I turned it off. But yeah, I had an alright sleep. So I'm here for another night. I'll add something at the end of this video if there's anything else to add, but so far I really like it. I feel just because there is like a price rise, you can actually be away from like people who are going to like partying and stuff and the noise and stuff, because I don't have any noise at all. As I said, the bed was quite comfy. Um, it is aimed at business people. I know a lot of people like who have families want to stay in this room, would love to stay in their room as a family because of one thing, which is the fridge, but it is definitely marketed as a business thing, which makes sense because of the large desk, the spinning desk. Like, it makes sense as to why you'd want to stay here if you're like a business person. I can understand how families and other people, because I've heard that some people need to take the medicines that need to be kept chilled, but either then you can literally go to the staff and ask them to put it in the chiller. Okay, it's not as convenient, but yeah, I mean that's still an option.